It was my first day in Nainital, a famous hill station in Uttarakhand, and it was nothing short of spectacular. An unplanned journey takes you on a different series of events, but figuring things on the go may not always work in your favor. After being lost in the serene views of the lake and the mountains around, it was time for me to find a place to drop the bags and get ready for the rest of the day. I don't know why I assumed there were going to be many hostels in Nainital. There were just two, and I was on my way to one of them. By the way, there are no Uber or Ola services here. One of the best modes of transport I found was bike rides offered by the local people. You tell them where you want to go, they say how much it's going to cost, you negotiate and hop onto the bike. And I got to admit, with two bags, a camera in hand, and the speed at which the dear driver was zooming through the streets, it was quite an eventful ride. And first impressions of the hostel? It looked way better than what I expected it to be from the outside. Oh, wait, what happened there? Let me just say, it wasn't what I expected it to be on the inside. Even though the hostel turned out to be a big no, this ride gave me a quick glimpse of the place, its streets, and the people. I even marked some of these places to come back later during the day. Not sure where to go, and more importantly, not sure how to get a shower. I kept walking until I found a homestay. I was told it was full when I called the landlord. But when I told him I was solo traveling, he asked me to come up and found a place for my bags and a tidy washroom for me. The important lesson here is not to shy away from reaching out to accommodations maintained by local people. Especially here in Nainital, I found the local people to be both friendly and super helpful.
All good?
With a lighter backpack and feeling fresh, it was time to explore the place. A friend who had been to Nainital before recommended Ghost Ops Hostel, and she even made some phone calls to help me with it. So the first destination was Ghost Ops. One thing you quickly realize is how walking takes a lot more effort. But when you see people carrying heavy loads on their back, you tell yourself, it's only 2 kilometers and I'm carrying just a light backpack. And remember this fruit stall? Yeah, I lost my way and kept going in circles. After endless walking which felt like trekking, I still didn't reach Ghost Ops. And when I finally did, I did like the place, both from the outside and the inside. Oh yes, the world seems to know me so well. I would have loved to stay at this hostel, but they too were fully occupied for the day. The cost was also almost thrice the usual. Thanks to the hot summer in Delhi, Punjab and other places, people rush to this hill station for a break.
When your life's
The overcrowded streets and the roads with frequent traffic jams weren't something I expected. And good luck if you go in a car. I would walk into a street, come back, and see the same vehicles that went nowhere.
There is always something good to be obtained.
Sometimes I would suddenly feel so hungry that I would forget everything else and throw myself at the nearest food.
So when you find the strength to really shed your skin,
This led me to some regular food breaks.
all you need to do is search within.
And my most favorite finding of the day was definitely this British era library. Its wooden architecture, the windows that overlook the lake and the mountains, the way the light quietly floated in. These clips fall short of portraying how beautiful it felt being there.
And you feel
As the day progressed, the lake kept changing its outlook. While it remained quiet in the morning, its water was twinkling in the afternoon sun. And later in the evening, it would put on the spotlight, highlighting the boats and their passengers, a sight that could never get boring.
to stand up.
The mosque was another center of attraction, especially at night, when it was all decorated by the mountains that stood tall behind it, the clouds that graciously passed, and the moon which made sure it was well lit.
All you need to do is search within.
The boats that were leaving without passengers, the musical ambience of the lake waves, the mountains that lost their shape and appeared like a partially colored painting, the muffled voices from the nearby conversations, and the distant noises from the roads. The place turned into something magical at night.
So when you find the strength
Do you know what else was magical?
to shed your skin,
To walk and wander all day during an Indian summer and to not sweat a drop.
search within.
That's more magical for someone who comes from a humid beach.
Do is search within.
And no, we're not done yet. There's much more to see and experience in this wonderful place. What do you think he was painting? I got to see how it looked after it was finished, but that was another day. More of it in the next story. And let me know what you think of Nainital. Stay safe.
Hello कर दो. Hello.